across those three growth lenses of direct, indirect, and the US, we've got as a business a very clear line of sight to growing this business to £200 million worth of revenue. And I should say that that's a waypoint rather than a destination.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Richard Jarvis. He's Chief Financial Officer at LBG Media. Richard, it's very good to meet you. You're up to your first half earnings. Before we delve into those, for viewers not familiar with the company, tell us a bit about LBG Media.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So LBG Media is a global digital entertainment business. Our focus is very much on engaging young adults through a diverse, broad range of content. So we're a leading disruptor in the digital media and social publishing sectors, and we produce and distribute content across video, editorial, podcasts, and actually even virtual or augmented reality experiences. We've built over a number of years a portfolio of brands that use platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well as our own websites, and we connect with millions of followers worldwide. In fact, across our brands and platforms, we've got an audience of nearly 500 million now, all of whom love our content. If we look at our business model, that's broadly got two revenue streams. So we have direct revenues, which is where we work directly with brands to develop and produce bespoke advertising campaigns that are tailored to young adults. And we then leverage our large distribution across those multiple brands and platforms that I talked about. And then on the other side, we have indirect, which is a combination of advertising revenue across our social media platforms, as well as across our own web pages.
So Richard, you talked about direct ad revenue, and that's in fact grew by 92% over the 6-month period. Do you see this continuing? Is this what the company is aiming for?
We certainly have a range of opportunities. So our three growth lenses of the business, as we see them today, are across that direct stream, which is now makes up 50% of the revenue for the first time. Our indirect stream across social and web, as well as our expansion into the US. So we definitely want to see that direct revenue opportunity grow. It's something that that kind of audience that I talked about before is something that blue chip brands want access to. And we've got an increasing roster of 7-figure clients, and clients love what we do, and that leads to sticky relationships. So absolutely an area of opportunity for us.
I mean, looking at some of the broker notes that came out post the results, Richard, we had one broker saying, engaging content is driving your success. More can be done to drive yields, but also a big pipeline of opportunities. Where are those opportunities, Richard? Are they also in Europe or more so in the US at the moment?
Our core markets that we operate in now is UK and Ireland and the US, where we have plenty of opportunity to go at without necessarily shifting into other geos at the moment. We've got a lot more that we can grow on a direct and indirect basis in the UK, and we've barely scratched the surface in the US. At the heart of it is publishing highly engaging content that our massive audience loves, and they spend longer watching. Where we've got audiences that are driving that growth, we'll always have opportunities to monetize them. But right now our focus is UK and Ireland and US.
Richard, after that very strong first half, what does the second half hold in store for investors?
Well, I think, as I said, across those three growth lenses of direct, indirect, and the US, we've got as a business a very clear line of sight to growing this business to £200 million worth of revenue. And I should say that that's a waypoint rather than a destination. So across the remainder of the year, our focus and our strategies are going to be the same as we've applied this year. That is, from a direct perspective, continuing to take market share from traditional advertising channels and build those deeper relationships with blue chip brands. Like I said, we've got 6-7-figure clients now. We obviously want to keep building on that. And from an indirect perspective, we want to continue to grow our audience and reach across our web and social platforms. Web has been a strong lever of growth this time, where a combination of investments in our platform, a focus on high quality editorial pieces has driven our audience to spend much longer on our websites than they have done before, and driven yields up by 90% in the first half. So that's very much a focus to continue to grow that audience and reach across those platforms. And like I said, in the US, where that market is 8 times the size of the UK, our post-acquisition time with Betches has been embedding and integrating the business and getting them set up to realize that kind of opportunity that we've got to monetize that large audience.
Richard, I hope you'll keep us posted with any progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks.
That's Richard Jarvis, Chief Financial Officer at LBG Media.